good people, and welcome to the Amateur Hour. My name's Justin, and today we are sponsored by EBXYA and Lofty Cat Studios. So, I really wanted to talk to you guys and let you know that there has been some technical difficulties on this episode. Unfortunately, the software that we are using had deleted 20 minutes of the interview with Adam Stone. So with that said, I do apologize again to Adam Stone as well as to the viewers out there for that misfortunate mishap with losing the 20 minutes. I was very excited. I guess I could explain to you guys more or less what happened with the first half of this episode. So in the first half, actually we talked about getting Adam Stone into our studio. We had originally planned to record in Chicago, a studio out there in Chicago. But unfortunately, due to time constraints / difficulties with getting all of the co-hosts to the interview, was kind of difficult. Unfortunately, a buddy of ours, Junior, our co-host, was having trouble getting to the interview because there was just so much traffic out in Chicago, and me and Tyler were the only two that are in this interview as well as were able to be there at the time. We also had a time constraint of our ability of when to record the interview. We only had like an hour and we wanted an hour and a half, so we had to ask Adam if he was willing to come all the way out to our studio out in Indiana. And he was more than willing to. And the other mishap we had, it was raining by the time we were trying to get all the way back to Indiana. So we had to run to the train, and we had to run in the rain. And it was pouring rain. But all in all, we were able to get him out here, and it was absolutely a wonderful interview. I mean, in a way, it was just kind of like our way of saying, hey, we're amateurs, so welcome to the Amateur Hour. So we asked a few good questions. At least we were able to get the rest of the interview for you guys still up. Again, I do apologize for the missing of 20 minutes. So we're going to have a few questions, and then it's going to enter into the commercials that we have for you guys. So with that said, the following question is that we leave off with Adam Stone was how I first met Adam Stone and how I started to manage him for this past couple of months. And I hope you guys enjoyed the questions. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your understanding. So I introduce to you, from Mexico to the rest of the world, Adam Stone.
So I saw your teacher, Vanessa, and she was organizing everything, and I wrote my name on the 13th slot. So I was just waiting there, and I was watching how people were going to the audition and then coming back, and there's some people following them and having conversation with them. And I was like, oh, these people must be pretty good. What does this mean? And then there was some points in which I was talking to Vanessa. I was sharing my feelings, like I feel so very, very nervous. So it was my turn. And so I actually was kind of concerned because they didn't have a guitar amp. They didn't have a mic stand. And I had to find this, and I had all this pressure. So it was a lot of pressure to carry, to be thinking about guitar amps and mic stands. So anyway, I just get there. And I plug my guitar, the microphone, I didn't have my computer, but I play my backing tracks when I play live. So I plug it, and then I'm waiting there behind this podium, and that's where I put the ghost, trying like to hide from everyone. Like I didn't want anyone to see the secret element,
Yeah.
So I press play. It starts playing, and I just come out of the podium, and I start singing with a ghost. And then I'm halfway through my performance. I'm really feeling it. And then there's this girl who says, okay, stop. I've seen enough. And I feel like I haven't even played the guitar solo. And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Continue. So I play, and then she's again, stop. And at the end, I just ended hating this girl. And And then when I get off, I knew that if someone stands up and follows you, that was like a secured win. I knew that. So I saw how two people stand up, and I was like, oof, okay, that's good. So they follow me and I get out of the room. And then first this guy approaches me. It's not Ustin. It's another guy. And which I mean, people say he's weird.
Yeah, he could be nice, but he's just a bit strange.
Yeah, and he approached me. He says, "Yes, I mean my cousin Chance the rapper," and I was like, "Yeah." So I really didn't understand anything he said, and I saw how there was another person waiting for him to be finished so he could talk to me, and that was Justin.
Yes.
And he says, well, he just started saying a lot of things like your music is pretty good and everything, and I'll send you an email. Yeah. So at the beginning it was just him, and then I really don't know how the co-manager Denise got into this.
I mean, like if telling from my perspective really quick, because then we would have to go to the break because it's almost 30 minutes already we've been talking. But anyway, so coming from my perspective, I remember that day you came in. I seen this kid. I was actually helping everyone sign up, so I seen you while you were signing up. You asked where the sheet was, and I was like, I said it was like right there, whatever.
I asked you that.
Yeah, me and Denise, actually, our co-manager, was helping set everything up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were standing there. Denise was trying to be all nice.
It just feels very weird because I never thought you were going to be my manager.
Yeah, I was trying to like help everyone feel comfortable with signing up. Oh, yeah, you go sign up here. Like, cool. I'm like, are you an artist? I had to ask everyone. At the time, I didn't even know who was in my class, so then I would ask classmates, are you an artist? You need to sign up? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, no, there was a lot. I had to sit through a lot. So I remember sitting through 1, 2, 3. Now, I know we had to cut you off. So it got to 13.
2 times.
Yeah, we got to 13, which was you, number 13.
He's really upset about that.
Yeah, I'm really upset about that. There was no time limit. They just did it like that. And I was like,
they should have notified you, because when everyone else was first signing up, I should have notified you that it was just a 3-minute. We were doing 3 minutes per person because we had 24 people. We couldn't take up all that time. So I seen him. They stopped him after 3 minutes, but he didn't even get to what's it called, play his guitar. So then he asked if he could play his guitar, and then he started. But when you first were setting up, I didn't know what to think about the ghost. I didn't know how I felt about it.
Well, you just saw a white thing.
Because all I saw was a white blanket. Okay, being draped over you, and I'm like, oh, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, a white, if it was white and it was pointed blanket,
KKK, my friends,
which we do not agree with. So I was kind of afraid with that. I didn't know where this was going. But then I seen you singing, and I was listening to the lyrics of your song. And at the time, you were demoing the song every day, which we'll get into that a little bit later. And I started listening to the lyrics, and I understood what this ghost was. And that's in that moment, seeing what that represented and hearing you, I was like, this is it. And I tried to talk to him right after, but then there was this other guy talking to him, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit down. I literally almost walked away, but then a part of me is like, no, I'm not going to let go. And I was listening to the conversation. I was like, okay, this guy kind of doesn't know what he's talking about. Let me go talk to him.
No, yeah, because when he started talking to me, I said no.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, no, this is not what I want.
Yeah, and then we talked for 20 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't go to I didn't go to our first class. Didn't go to a second class.
Yeah,
because I was talking with him.
I was talking to him for quite a bit because I'm a big talker. I mean, I was telling him about all the things I can at least potentially offer you and where I can see you going. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I emailed you right away, and you took forever to get back to me. 3 days.
Legal stuff, my friend. Business is business.
Yeah, he took 3 days to get back to me, and then he finally got back to me. I was like, for the love, thank you. I was about to give up because when you finally emailed me was the day we had to choose the people. And I'm like, if this guy's not emailing me back, I have no one. I have to go with someone else.
No, yeah, I was concerned about
Yeah.
that too.
Then
I was thinking about that.
It
the
was
whole
close.
Week.
It was a very
know.
close call. And then that's when, I was like, I needed a partner. I was like, hey, someone who wants to partner with me. Someone offered up, and I was like, no. Because they had a rap artist or something, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do rap. Like, no. And not that there's anything with the rap artist. That's someone I had to go with, but I was adamant about working with you. So I was like, anyone else want to work with me? And then that's when our co-manager, Denise, she's like, well, like, who was he again? I was like, all right, number 13, look him up.
Yeah, look
She
at the
had
video again of how I got cut.
She had the video, and she's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like, yeah, like, sure. And I was like, really? And I was, no, I wouldn't mind in a bad way, but like, as in, like, yeah, let's give this a shot, because all she knows is of the video, and I've never really talked to her very much at that point, and she really didn't get to have that conversation that we did afterward. So yeah, I got her to, or she actually decided to, and we signed up, and now we've been managing him ever since. But with that said, we have to go to a quick break, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the podcast so far, but more with Adam Stone after a word from our sponsors. Get high-quality XLR cables from EBXYA. EBXYA makes keeping track of your cables easier by delivering 6 different color coding options. Their cables are made with a durable metallic connector, which allows your cable to last longer. Their cables are also made with a flexible, durable PVC jacket cable, imported with remarkable tenacity, elasticity, waterproof, mold-proof, and anti-cracking. Keep your sound intact and search EBXYA on Amazon today.
Hey, Justin, you like to sing, right? Give us a little something.
Hey!
You need to take that over to Lofty Cat Studios. You can record that kind of music there. They got drum kits, acoustic pianos, Fender and Martin guitars. They can help you get your music on all streaming platforms and get you some CDs made.
And we are back from our short break. I hope you guys enjoyed our word from our sponsors. Link in the description. Check them out, all right? They love ya. So why don't you give them some love? In the meantime, we're back with Adam Stone. So you know what? Let's. Why don't you guys follow him on his Instagram? Mind telling him the Instagram handle?
It's Adam Stone.
Yes, he's also on Facebook at Adam Stone, I believe, or it could be found under It's Adam Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got a YouTube and a Bandcamp. So why don't you guys check his stuff out? I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. Hear some of his music. Comment on his stuff. Talk to him. Adam is actually very connected with his audience.
Yeah, I saw
explain one of
something-
the recent stories with his audience.
I was making pancakes
Yes.
in my room, and we were uploading stories. We were just messing around, really. And then one person that follows me said, "Bring me some." So I just said, "Okay, special delivery, 12 a.m. We have 10 minutes to put 2 pancakes, butter, syrup, and milk, and we have to run and sprint 3 blocks and give it to her."
Yeah, it turned out she was actually in the city where Adams currently resides. And we were just literally making, not our suggestion. It was all Adam. We were surprised. We're like, "You seriously want to do this?" "Yes, it's a fan." I said, "Okay." All right, then. So I had to literally just support this guy. He's like, "All right, let's bring him milk." Adam had no cups, so he had to run, buy some cups.
I had to go to 7-Eleven to buy cups.
So he ran, bought cups, came back upstairs,
And then we
got some milk,
got some
prepared the
milk,
himself himself with
pancake.
love.
Yeah. And then I believe we used 2 plates.
Yeah.
One for, as a normal one, and one to cover it.
Yeah.
And then I think, who was holding that? I think Denise.
Denise was
And I was
holding
with the cup
pancakes.
of milk, and I was sprinting, and it was
So
just...
half the milk was spilling out as he was running.
But, hey, we got there.
Yeah.
It wasn't on time.
It was
but we got there. We got there.
Yeah.
We took a picture that proves the Adam Stone pancake delivery service only
Yes.
during weekends.
It's on, I
12
think, his
a.m. to 1
Instagram,
a.m.
right?
Huh?
Is it on your Instagram?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was going to be like, if not, you should put it on there. So, yeah, if you guys are a fan of Adam Stone, you might get some pancakes one day. and and a picture.
yeah, so it comes with a free picture.
Yeah.
So if anyone's involved in the pancake delivery, are they relieved of one sad face on their chart?
No, because this is all for. This has nothing to do with Oopsie List.
Oh yeah, there's
because that
nothing-
would be
there-
conflict of interest.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
there's
okay,
there's nothing that can erase the sad face.
Yeah, the
Once
Oopsie
you
List
do
is
an
an oopsie. Always
just-
an oopsie.
I just
Always
thought
an
I would try.
I mean, once an oopsie, always an oopsie. Am I right?
We should start that at the amateur hour, Tyler.
We probably should.
Honestly, though, we don't get too many oopsies. Well, a decent amount, I guess, but not too many. But yeah, no. So if you guys are a fan, generally, Adam is. I mean, would you say you're? Why do you want to connect with your fans?
Well, I mean, they are the people who are eventually are gonna help me become bigger, and spread the word.
Yeah.
So their responsibility and their job as fans is to carry out the message and spread the message, spread the songs, and make as much noise as possible.
Yeah.
So it's my job to treat them as fans, how they deserve to be treated. So in that way, there can be this chain of help.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Some artists, I guess, they'll connect on some sort of a level, but I really enjoy, and again, this is like all from Adam's perspective.
Yeah,
Even being his
and-
manager, one thing I was surprised was how connected you would want to be with your artists.
I
I mean, we gave away 10 free copies
and
of
we
your
did
CD.
pancakes too.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah. Well, can I tell about the
Yeah,
connection
go
story?
ahead.
Yeah. So I had this concert. It's actually kind of 1 month ago, actually.
Yeah.
And so we decided to burn these 13 songs that I have on a CD and have some buttons that we were gonna hand out
Yes.
the day of the concert. So we said first 10 people to show up will receive a CD, a button, and a picture.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was great because all of the 10 copies went with someone. It had a handwritten message inside, plus another message and an autograph that I wrote the same.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was the first 10 people, that tried to talk to you afterward, and we don't bite. So that's what I was thinking. I remember telling people just come up to us, and people did, and I'm happy to see. And everyone got to talk to you, and I remember a few excited people to even receive a CD, as well as a button, which was really cool. And to be honest, guys, we're always looking to give something else away to all, at least trying it for all his shows. So we always do something different for the first 10 people showing up. And so if you guys ever do go to a show, please do. But anyway, let's get more in depth, I guess. Tell me about your lyrical process. When you're writing songs, or I mean, do you write your own songs? And you can.
Yes, I write my own songs.
He was head nodding. I was like, you could say it.
No, yeah, I write my own
Yeah.
songs.
So, like, what goes in the process of that? What motion goes into it?
I mean, it really comes in different ways. I can be sitting down in my class, really bored, and I start writing about something. And I guess for a long time when I was younger, I felt like the only thing I could write about was, heartbreak and love. But as I started growing up, I started finding more inspiration from basically anything that I was reading, that I was watching, that I was living. So, lyrical process really comes from. I mean, I really haven't sat down and think about the lyrical process. It just comes.
Yeah.
It really just comes out. But I'm really.
So do you just kind of base it like what's an event happening like in real time? Like if something were to happen today, or like you said, you're in class, a certain thing happened in class. If it just kind of like jogs your memory, you just put it into music, into a song or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, try to get inspiration from anything really, because anything can be turned into art. So, but I'm very careful with the words that I'm using, how I put my message, because it can be interpreted in different ways.
Yes.
So I really want to give the correct message. I don't want any sort of filters or something that might confuse the person who is listening to the song. So when it comes to writing music, before publishing something, I'm really, really, really trying to pay attention and to analyze, okay, is this the exact phrase that I want to say? Is this the exact word that I want to say? Actually, there was this interview from a writer that I was listening to, and he said for his book, what he did was that he wrote for every sentence that he wrote it in like 20 different ways, and he was trying to see which one was the best one and which one represented what he wanted to say.
Yeah.
I don't do that exaggerated, but I think that's a good way to spread this thought of you have to really be concentrated and to know and to be sure about what you want to say, because it can be, understood in different ways, and you don't want your message to be, understood as something you don't want to say.
Yeah.
So do you ever put like a teaser out to see how the audience might respond to it? I don't know if that's something you do or ever thought about doing.
No.
No? Okay.
I haven't thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be a good way to do it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking just to see
Yeah,
what their response would be.
Yeah,
Like maybe if you did like a minute-long teaser for an album or do you pretty much just record the album until you feel it's good enough for you and then release it?
I mean, I try to get a lot of opinions before releasing something.
Okay.
So I get to share it with my family,
Mhm.
which my mom is always gonna be, oh, I like that thing you
Right,
did
right.
that
The
Okay.
supportive
there.
mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to
But
her.
I think that
regardless.
was at the beginning.
Yeah.
But right now, as they know that they noticed it's a more serious thing, and that
Yeah.
I actually want to publish my work,
Mhm.
they have become a little bit
More critical.
More critical.
You're like, Mom,
Okay.
but I thought you loved me.
Yeah. No, but they are critical in a good way. Like, is this meant to be this way? Are you sure? And then I say, yeah, this is how I want it. Or, oh, okay, I'll have to change this because
Okay.
she's noticing something that I didn't want I didn't want that to happen, intentionally. So, and same happens with the lyrics. Sometimes my mom is like, these lyrics are too dark. Like, these lyrics, I mean, you want to kill yourself or something like that. And it's like, okay, maybe, it's
Maybe
it
tweak
might be too much, but maybe that's what I want to say. So
Right,
it
yeah.
really depends. I really.
And then you're like, yeah, you know what? That's actually what I'm trying to
Well,
say.
I guess that was a really strong example, but
Yeah,
you know
no,
what
but
I mean.
I
Yeah, so
understand.
having as much opinions as I can, if I can, not only from my family, because family is always supportive, but
Yeah.
to have, I guess, like you, for example, or
Yeah. I
anyone
definitely
can-
look at your music very objectively.
I mean, no, yeah, you're
Yeah.
doing a good job. I mean, this guy was watching my interview and he
Oh.
said, you know what, I need to talk to you because you did a bunch of oopsies. you
yeah.
know?
He
We
was,
need to
I
tell you
remember.
I will say I've listened to a good handful of your songs,
Yeah.
and so far, not to compare you to anyone, but I feel like you're kind of like, I want to say 21 Pilots, and I like them a lot. So when I heard your stuff, I was actually impressed. I liked it. It was
Yeah.
really good.
Mhm.
That actually, I want to kind of go to the other part. Justin was asking about the lyrical process.
Yeah.
I understand you're the only person putting all this together. And this is what stood out to me the most is you play the instruments and then you play another instrument because, you have more than one instrument in each song.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your process? Do you write the song lyrically first and then try to put music to it? Or do you play a certain, I don't know, just
progression or something.
like if you
Mhm.
play a certain instrument and you're like, oh, this would work good with the
Yeah.
lyrics I wrote
Yeah, I think
in the past?
Yeah, it really depends on what I'm looking for at the moment. For example,
Okay.
if I look through my set list and I say I need really a song that, makes people want to clap.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna focus more musically than lyrically. I mean,
Okay.
doesn't mean that I'm gonna pay attention to the lyrical part,
Right.
but I'm gonna approach the song with a intention of wanting people to clap, for example. Or I want
Okay.
I want a song that people feel like something really, really, really intense as when they hear it. So
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna focus a little bit more on the lyrical part. But having said that, doesn't mean that I'm gonna pay attention to the musical part. So,
Well, I would say you do a very good job both ways, lyrically and with all the instruments as well. The thing that impressed me the most is Justin said, here, you need to listen to this new artist. So I said, okay. He plays like 30 seconds, 40 seconds of a song. And I'm like, wow, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, that's when I was thinking, like, who does this remind me of? And then I was thinking 21 Pilots. They're a band that I really like. And then I was like, okay, so who is it? Do you got a name? And then he tells me Adam Stone. And I'm like, Adam Stone, never heard of him. And then Justin's like, well, he's new. And
Yeah.
and then he showed me that your music, and I listened to a few more songs on my off time. And then I was just really impressed that it sounded so good lyrically, how the song was put together. Everything was really good. And then the part that impressed me the most is when he told me that you were one person and that you actually play all of the different instruments, and then you overlay them and line them all up where they need me. That was really impressing to me.
Yeah,
that
thanks.
seems like something that would be like very challenging.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's a big challenge, especially when you know that work that you're doing is going to be published at some point. You really want to, I mean, me personally, I don't have a lot of experience. I mean, all the recording things that I've done has been by myself, so I really didn't have any formal education as how to record.
Okay.
It was more about, okay, I have this song and I have this idea. I need piano, drums, and all of those things. So it was just really about, sitting down, locking myself in my room to really try to figure how things work. And I mean, I'm glad that you mentioned that you like it.
That considered, I think it would be safe to say that we might have like a natural artist here. Because saying that you don't have the experience, but putting that against what I personally heard and comparing it to a band that has more than one person, that actually has different people that play all the instruments, and you're doing it all yourself. That, to me, I would say is a pretty good amount of experience. It sounded professional, very well done.
Thanks.
I really enjoyed it a lot.
Well, the first instrument was piano. My parents forced me to play piano, and I really like to say they forced me, and that I have had like 6 different teachers. All of them make me cry. But that was because my parents thought it was a good idea for my development and my growth as a young kid to have this musical experience. But I also like to play drums, so they gave me the chance to be playing drums and piano at the same time. And then when I was in 5th grade, I had to play saxophone for my school band. And that was from 5th grade all the way to 9th grade. And I was playing all these different instruments. And then when I was 11 or 12, I started playing bass for a short time. And then it was the guitar. So, and guitar came with singing, really, because when I first was exposed to guitar, it was a lot of these artists who play with a band. And they were playing guitar and singing, and then doing a solo and then singing. So that was pretty cool, and I wanted to do something like that. And then I guess because of the past and playing piano the whole time and playing classical music and crying all the time because I wasn't, they made me feel like I wasn't pretty good. I'm actually now involving more those things that I learned when I was younger that
Really?
I thought that they were really,
Why the sudden change?
Well, I mean, I knew that piano is the instrument that can connect everything. If you know piano, you can play everything.
Yeah.
You can understand how it works at least. So I really, thinking about, again, the fact that there's a lot of people who play guitar and sing, a lot of people who can rap, a group of people who can do the same. So I wanted to make sure that I show my abilities of not only playing guitar and singing, but also playing piano, for example. And of course, I could play drums and all of those things, but that will be to another level in which playing live will be pretty difficult to be doing all those things at the same time. I mean,
running around. Okay, here's the piano.
Yeah.
Here's the guitar.
So I guess piano was the closest thing that I could be switching between guitar and singing and piano, which makes, I guess, together they make pretty good combination.
Yeah, for a live
Um,
performance.
And yeah, I've been getting more into classical piano, which I hated when I was 6. But
Yeah.
right now I'm thankful that I'm getting more into it, and you know, everything that I learned I'm applying right now.
I mean, that's cool. I mean,
Mhm.
it started from a sour place, but now it's like
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's such
No,
a.
yeah, the only
It's
thing
coming
was
full
Yeah.
circle.
yeah. It's just the only thing was that
Sometimes
I never
parents know
wanted.
best.
No, yeah, and right now
Yeah,
I'm pretty happy they chose
I
that
mean,
for me.
One thing that I know about you, and I like to say, is that you're trilingual. Now, how did that come about?
Well, I mean, Spanish is my first language, and then I was in an international school since, I mean, that was the school that went all the way from kindergarten to ninth grade.
Now, what is an international school? Because I'm actually unaware.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and
international
for those
school.
people who don't know.
Well, the international school is uh is this place where all of the classes are in English. At least the international schools in my city. So all of our classes were in English except for I don't know, like Mexican history or just like Spanish, like how to write.
Yeah.
But all of the rest were English. So we had computer class in English, music class in English. We had language arts and science, and all these things were taught this way. So, and then the school also has connections with other schools around the world. And so because English is like I guess the most efficient.
international
Yeah, it's an
standard.
international
Yeah.
language. So that's the easiest way to communicate with people from China, from people that are living, somewhere else. So
Yeah.
all my classes were in English. And then when I was in ninth grade, I had French classes.
Really?
And I took all the French classes from ninth grade all the way to my last semester of high school. And I had this opportunity to go to Quebec as well to practice my French. So I guess that's what trilingual means. Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's awesome. Now you've played in Quebec and London. Tell me about those experiences and
Yeah.
how it came about.
The fun part about this is that all of them were unexpected. I didn't go to these places saying I'm gonna play. So when I first went to Quebec, it was for a school program to practice our French. We were actually taking French classes every day, and of course there was this student events they were doing, and one of them at the end of the month that I went was like a talent show, and I didn't have anything. I didn't have any instruments. I think I had to borrow an ukulele because that was everything.
Yeah.
And then again, going back to how many people can play ukulele and sing, there was a piano there. So I said, okay, how can I make this work? How can I use both of them? Because I know people are not going to be doing this. So play piano and then ukulele and then try to, connect with the audience and interact with them. So that was pretty much what happened. And it was, like I told you, it was unexpected. But even if it's unexpected, I mean, one day before I was going crazy. I was going like, okay, what am I going to do tomorrow? Because if I'm going to play, I really want this to be, the best experience. If I'm playing here and I'm never coming back, I don't know when I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty cool experience. And then when I went to London, it was a family vacation. So you had nothing to do.
Oh,
I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Anything. So I said, you know what? I think it's a cool idea if I play today at an open mic. I don't know. It's cool. We have the day off today.
Yeah.
Let's find an open mic. So I had to go online and find an open mic where I could borrow a house guitar.
Okay.
Because I didn't have
your
anything with
guitar
me.
with you.
Yeah, so I messaged them and I asked them, can I use your guitar? Well, will that be cool? Because if not, why even bother going there?
Exactly.
So they told me, yeah, but it's not the best house guitar, but you can use it. So I went there, like in open mic in the middle of London. Like I really don't even know the name of the street or anything. Just showed up there, and it was like 3 hours of the same. I mean acoustic guitar and singing. So again, I was in this mental process in which I was like, okay, what if I'm only given an acoustic guitar. There's no ukulele and piano. It's just like acoustic guitar. What am I gonna do? How can I make this different? I mean, in a way, it helped that I came all the way from Mexico, and he's coming all the way from Mexico. He's playing here. That's cool. Yeah, but what is he gonna play acoustic guitar and sing just like that?
Yeah.
So I had to really, think outside the box. What can I do? So it's
Yeah, no, that definitely is outside the box, and
Mhm.
I mean, it's cool. I feel it works for you. I generally do. It's different, and one thing that people say is, a lot. At least what I've heard from a very professional musicians is that people don't know what they want until you give it to them.
yeah.
So it's like almost saying like, it may seem different, but that's what I think is gonna set you apart. When
Yeah,
it really,
because another thing that I learned through my life was that you're not always gonna have the best guitar. You're not always
Mhm.
gonna count with a drum set, a piano, and a bass player.
yeah,
You're not always gonna have what you need to have a full show or the show that you want.
yeah,
So one of the things when I had drum lessons I remember very clearly was that one day, like for 1 month, I used to play in the same drum set. And then all of a sudden next month the teacher, okay, you're going to change this drum set because in life you're going to be playing here and there, so you need to know how to play
yeah,
in different parts, in different instruments. And so that's really what applies here because I'm not always going to have my electric guitar.
yeah.
So I have to think, okay, if I'm only giving an acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
what am I going to do?
I mean, I could promise you that you're always going to have those. I'm going to make sure they're there for you.
Yeah, I mean,
But
at least my managers,
But
I think.
yeah,
I
at
could-
least you're the Swiss Army knife of music where you can play on anything.
Yeah,
But-
and
That was going to be my next question, but it seemed like you already answered it pretty well. I was going to ask how you prepare for a show. Being a one-person band, you don't have someone to play the drums or
Yeah.
the guitar,
Yeah,
and
well,
then you sing.
Yeah, well, I'm actually considering right now because my style of thing it's shifting a little bit towards more heavy
And
stuff.
That was going to be another question. Do you plan on trying to find people to play with, like
Yeah.
someone that plays a
Yeah,
guitar and
so,
then you play
yeah,
piano and sing?
I guess right now it's really by myself because my schedule I really don't like to change it for other people.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I know when I can practice. I know
Right.
when I can write music. So I really don't want to establish right now.
I mean, to be honest,
Mhm.
I kind of like the idea that you are the
Mhm.
one-person thing because
Yeah.
to me, I feel like you're putting in a lot more effort,
yeah.
and the outcome that you get.
Mhm.
If I were doing it for myself, I think I would feel a lot more accomplished in a way,
yeah.
Yeah.
knowing that I did all that myself. So
Yeah.
I can actually appreciate the amount of effort that you put into
Thank-
just to make one song.
No, yeah, thanks. I mean, at the same time, I'm thinking more about the future and where I want to go with my music and what I can do with, the guitar, for example, and
Yeah.
my style. And I've been considering having a backing musicians just because I've been getting more into more heavy stuff with the guitar.
Yeah.
And I feel that will sound way better with actual people playing drums, for example, to lift the everything up,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
the
can
experience.
yeah. So I think I was trying to play with maybe some songs by myself and then with the backing
Yeah.
band, and so really always thinking where you came from. So how
Yeah.
you started, I started by myself. So I really don't want to get rid of that,
Mm-hmm.
but I also want to evolve.
I mean, I think
So-
it would be good for you to
Mhm.
maybe keep yourself as your one-person band because
Mhm.
that's like your thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would hurt you at all if you say once in a while you played you did an album with a certain artist that was really
Mhm.
good with a guitar, and then maybe you did another album with another artist that was
Yeah.
good with piano
Mhm.
or whatever, just to give you some diversity.
Yeah.
But focusing on the one-person band, like I said, I just that really stands out to me because I feel like it's so much more effort that it's more accomplishing for yourself, if you ask me. But I don't think it would be a bad idea at all to branch out to have more people
Yeah.
involved once in
I
a
mean,
while.
one of the things is I don't want to have random people playing for me,
Mhm.
because I feel that wouldn't be too natural.
Right.
To just say, hey, you play for me. Well, I mean, I really don't know you, so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, one funny thing is when I was 12, I really needed a band, and I was 12, so I didn't have a lot of friends who wanted to play or who played. So I recluded my sister and I locked her in my room because I had a drum set. And I told her, okay, play this. And so we started playing together, actually, which was pretty cool for a while because, you know, she also wanted to do other things. And so she eventually ended up giving up the drums. But a couple weeks ago, she told me she wanted to go back to drums. So
it sounds like you might have a drummer.
So
then.
that sounds like it will be pretty fun because now if you think about going on tour or something, I really want to have a fun time on stage and off stage.
Right.
So if my sister is there and then my managers are there, for me, that'll be like, woof.
And you said you already play guitar, so that might be a good mix. You could, say, pre-record piano or the background music parts, and then your sister could be on drum, and you could do guitar and singing. That could probably work out pretty well for you, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a blast. I know it is a process of getting started for a show.
I really wanted to be to the one event that you were organizing, but unfortunately work got in the way and I wasn't able to make it. I was kind of disappointed I'm more disappointed now because I'm actually talking to you and I'm learning more and more of what all you put into it. So I'm kind of disappointed that I missed that event. I feel like I would have enjoyed it a lot.
You'll have more soon. Yeah, we're working on getting more.
That's your job.
Yeah, that's my job, Tyler. So there will be more.
I'm just saying. I wish I was there for that one.
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting show. I know I had a fun time putting it together.
The entire day, I guess, even before.
Yeah.
Just how the feelings were building up to the day.
We literally spent I for one can attest to your process of figuring songs out. Mm-hmm. We spent like a whole day. We did not go to any classes.
Just wanted to. Wingstop.
We just went to Wingstop. But the rest of the day, we were planning songs. Okay, what does this song mean? Well, I like the meanings of this song and this song.
This applies to this.
Yeah, this applies to this show, but this one's more general. And we went through a whole listing of songs that he had.
Mm-hmm. I would like to take a day off to experience that process. I think that would be very cool.
It's very cool. At times it's when we're like stressed out, we'd start singing songs of our own.
While my roommate is complaining about this.
That's when you go buy lunch, I guess.
Yeah, like we were almost done with the the playlist that he was gonna play at the show. And then we're like, you know what? Let's just. We started horsing around.
Did the show go well? Did anyone add any oopses to the?
I did a small oopsie at the show.
Oh yeah, you could.
And because so this is I'll try to do it short because this story goes back to December 2018. I had the show. I took off the ghost because I only used it during the first song, so I was gonna play the third song. I leave my ghost. Somewhere on stage, and I finish playing, and then the people who organized the event are okay. You need to move. You need to get out of stage now. So I grab all my things, and I forgot the ghost on stage.
Ooh.
And then I was like, oh, I forgot it. I'm gonna wait until the event is over because there's still like 6 bands that are about to play. Mm-hmm. There's not gonna be chance that I'm gonna.
You can't just walk on there as a band playing.
Yeah. Right. So I actually forgot about it, and I left home.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I will go back and I ask the janitor, hey, have you seen a ghost blanket? And they're like, no, come back tomorrow. We're about to close the building. And so I go the next day. I had it's Wednesday, so I was full of classes, so I didn't have time. I had to go all the way to like 6 p.m. So I was dying the whole day. Where's my ghost? So my mom made it for me.
Okay, I was gonna ask: is the ghost like something super personal, or is it just like a general headwear thing?
But
if you're just saying your mom made it for you, I would assume that probably has a good amount of sentimental value.
I mean, the first ghost that I had. Or I guess where I said this is what I'm gonna wear on stage. Mm-hmm. It was a ghost blanket that I used when I was like 7 or something for a Halloween party.
Okay.
And it was very, very heavy. So I said, okay, now I need to adapt this and transform it into something I could move around with, something I could see, and not be suffocating. So I'm already suffocating every time I use it. But I don't want to die even more.
Yeah.
Especially where I play in Mexico, my hometown. It's always so hot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
imagine
humid.
just inside, like, oh.
It must be humid too. It's getting stuck to your skin.
Yeah.
So you don't have like eye holes
No,
in
I
a
have-
mouth
I
hole,
have-
or you do?
No,
He
I don't
has
have
eye
I
holes,
have
but
eye
no
holes.
mouth hole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's definitely.
So maybe we need to find him a good material that's
Yeah.
super
I guess.
breathable.
I mean, right now it's a cool
I
material.
mean, but if we can get Adidas,
I mean, okay.
if you'd like to
so,
sponsor Adam
no, yeah,
Stone's
so
Ghost.
I guess just because my mom made it and
Yeah.
I've been using it in pretty much that ghost was from when it started. It was the first one that I used when it appeared for the
Yeah.
first time ever, and it lasted for 1 year. And so I came back and they told me there was this janitor who didn't speak very well English,
Mhm.
but what I understood was the organizers. I asked the organizers of the event,
Yes.
"Is this yours?" "No." "You can throw it to the trash."
Ooh.
And so they threw the ghost.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
that-
they threw it away, and that was the end of his first ghost, which is very sad. But I mean, so now continuing the story of the show, your little.
Oh yeah,
oopsie.
the oopsie. Okay, so because that happened, I said when I take it off, I'm gonna give it to someone. So in this case, Justin,
Yeah,
right?
as his manager, I had told him, I said, I'm going to be on the side. Not only, I wanted to be on the side of his show so that way, one, I can make sure everything's going good. And if I needed to talk to someone, I could, run over to the other side of the stage, or they can come to me and I could speak with them. But also to capture his ghost.
Yes.
Yeah, to
That-
grab
that's
it, from the
yeah,
stage. And,
specifically that.
yeah, what'd you do?
They just threw it to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'll-
it's because there was a lot of things
Yeah.
going on in my mind, like, oh, next song, this.
Yeah.
People are staring at me, and I just threw it to the
He just threw it in the back, and I was like standing off on the side, like ready to catch it with my arms out and looking at him.
And we looked at each other.
Yeah, and he's like,
I'm sorry.
and he just continued on playing the song. But meanwhile, I was like, my one job.
It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it was. It was a blast. So the show went really well. The people who came after to see him, very nice. We tagged them all in the pictures that he took with him, and yeah, it was really cool. But with that, like, what really motivated you to get into music? Like, what motivated you to start doing what you're doing?
I mean, going back to when I was 14, that was when it was serious. Because before it was classes, before it was, I was being forced to do it. So, what was the reason I chose to play music was because I felt like that was what I could use to, to feel better. Not only lyrically when it comes to songwriting, but I guess when I had a bad day or something, I had that guitar that I could just play and really get into, I want to learn this, I want to figure these things. So I just forgot about everything that was going on. And right now, I mean, it's pretty much, I see it as a job. Even if I'm not getting paid right now,
Yeah.
I really am seeing it as a job in which I write a song every week to try to, keep on developing my songwriting skills and everything. But it really started in that, like, oh, I want to do this. I saw this artist perform one time, and I was like, okay, I want to do this. What should I do? How can I start? So it was that. Plus, I felt like that was my happy place where I could do whatever I wanted, really. And, like, you don't get to be necessarily judge of,
Yeah.
like, it's like I play music and people, okay, like, whatever. And but
Yeah.
that was my place where I felt like, oh, I can be myself here. I can do whatever I want,
Yeah.
and especially inside my room, I was like, okay, like, I can close my door, lock myself for 4 hours and play as much
Yeah.
as I can.
So it's almost
disturb the
like
neighbors.
therapeutic to you in a way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like your escape.
Yeah, it was the escape. And especially when it started with songwriting, that was when, okay, I'm actually getting to say, because before I really didn't do a lot of songwriting, it was more guitar playing, and that was like the only way I could really share what I was feeling. But when I started doing writing songs, that was when I can say this, I can say this, I can say this. So
Do you have a specific like person who's probably inspired you to get into music, or like artists or anything?
no, I mean, if you ask me this right now, will be just everything I grew up listening to.
Yeah. What are the few things you grew up listening
Well,
to?
my
that you
parents
enjoyed?
were really into 80s and 70s, so that was pretty much what I grew up listening. But that didn't mean I wanted to do that. It was really when I started playing guitar, because guitar was the key factor when I wanted to start playing. So with guitar it came a lot of rock and blues music. And yeah, I mean, I guess there's different people. Like for guitar, there's certain guitar players that I admire, and then for songwriting, and then for singing, and then for piano, and then for this and that. So it's just a really big list, I guess. But I really liked video game music.
Yeah.
I guess that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like the background orchestral music that they use.
Yeah.
And how it kind of sets
Like-
you in the moment.
Yeah,
of the-
like boss fights right
Yeah.
now, like currently, that's like, oh yes, I want to do something like that. Yeah.
That would probably be a strong point, being a one-person thing.
Mhm.
Because you could because that you actually get the time and opportunity to record a certain thing and then overlay it and really
Mhm.
put it together and spend a lot of time in it. Whereas when you're performing live, you gotta kind of like you record part of it, and then I don't know if you sing along while you're playing another instrument. But if you were trying to go for like a video game or movie production stuff,
Mhm.
that they usually give you the time and everything to perfect it. So
Mhm.
that could be actually a
Yeah.
pretty good strong point for you, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm inspired by video game music. I guess not to an extent in which I want to write for video games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I really feel like that's a good source of inspiration when it comes to writing my music.
Okay.
That's cool. I mean, I would have to say, essentially, what sacrifices have you so far gotten or had made to this point in your life when it comes to your career?
Well, first of all, leaving my hometown.
Yeah.
So I had the decision: I can stay, or I can go to. At least for me, it was United States, and that was one of the biggest sacrifices of not seeing my family that often. I mean, I'm by myself every year, 8-9 months. It's me by myself. So I think that's the biggest sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then it comes other sacrifices like I wanted to be with someone, but I have to put music first. So
yeah.
I guess that's another one. Sacrifices, as well as, I guess, just in terms of time. I mean, putting my time to write music. Like, okay, today I'm gonna write 4 hours. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if I have homework or I'm gonna to do this. I really need to get this thing done. So I guess that's some of the sacrifices. But I guess the one that really makes me always think back is just the fact that I left my hometown and everything that is there, my family, my friends, and the memories and everything.
Would you say that it's worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I will really like to go back one day and show everyone, like, hey, this is what I've accomplished. So
Do you ever want to just like forget everything here and go back?
no.
Is that ever
No.
okay?
I mean, of course I miss them so much. I really, and especially my grandparents, because I mean, we used my family.
I mean, I'm
is-
sure you
was-
take like a vacation, or
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
go down there for holidays and stuff.
Mhm.
So it's not like you're
No, yeah,
100%
I
gone,
I can wait to go back during December break,
right?
but that doesn't mean I am like, okay, I don't want anything else,
But you definitely don't want to give up being
No,
the
no,
ghost.
No,
Okay.
I'm your favorite ghost. So, no.
Yeah. So, you were saying the sacrifices that are in the affecting of your grandparents. What were you?
Yeah, I mean, we used to. My family is very close.
Yes.
So we go every Sunday to visit all of my grandparents.
Yeah. That's how Yeah, my household is very similar.
Yeah,
Was
so
very similar.
and we grew up with them. I guess from my cousins, I'm the youngest one,
Yeah.
male, and I used to spend so much time with my grandparents. I used to sleep with them. It was like that was my second home.
Yeah.
So, and that was what, like 15 years ago.
Yes.
So, like thinking more in reality right now, I guess things have been going on with my family in terms of age.
Yes.
So it just feels like I have this fear because I mean they're growing old. So
Yeah.
and I'm not there to see them every Sunday.
Yeah. So it's like time you're
So yeah,
sacrificing.
I don't want to get a phone call one day with bad news,
Yeah.
being here.
Yeah.
So that's why I really want to go back during Christmas break so I can, because that's the only time really in the year where the whole family gets together. And I mean, I really want to see everyone and have that feeling of, just being together.
Is there anyone in your family that's not supportive or doesn't like the fact that you're away?
I mean, my grandmother is always, when she calls me, like, when are you going to come back and how many years have you
Right.
left there?
But does
Guilt-tripping
she
you.
support
But
what
sh-
you're doing?
But she
Okay.
supports, but I mean, she will really like me to be there. I mean, she
Right.
knows that I'm doing this for myself and because I like it, and that's great for them. But at the same time, and I also I understand because I also feel the same
Mhm.
way. I would
Yeah.
like to go back.
That's how my grandmother was. She would
I
always
mean,
guilt trip us if.
those are grandmothers are like
Yeah,
the real one.
I didn't see my grandmother for a while, and she would ask my mom, like, "Hey, where's Justin?
Yeah, I mean, I
He
really
hasn't come to see me."
yeah, I try to call them every
Yeah.
week if I can.
That's very sweet of you.
As long as you make the effort and like the things you're talking about, I feel like everything's
Yeah.
good.
I would feel like if it were to come to, like, let's say that
It
phone
would be
call.
one thing if you just disappeared and never said anything or never really associated, but it feels like you still try to have that strong connection with your family even though you're not physically there.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I would feel like if it got to that point with that phone call, and my advice to you would be, I wouldn't guilt trip yourself, because it definitely seems like you're a person who loves your family and takes family very seriously and has good family values. So I wouldn't guilt trip yourself and hold yourself to that.
And that's why I asked if they were all supportive
Mm-hmm.
in what you were doing. Because me, like, of course, like you said, every year you try to make it back for Christmas, or if there's any other holiday that you might make it back for. That's a really great thing to do. But the time that you're gone, if your family is supportive of everything you're doing, then I feel like everyone's still on the same page. So, and like before we started, you had to have a conversation with your mom and your dad and whoever else. So, and from what I understand, you do that daily,
Yeah.
correct? So,
yeah, I mean,
so
sometimes
if-
it's hard because I'm doing something else, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's because I mean, at the same time, I'm not here just to do nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
every time I'm with Justin, I'm
Yeah.
throwing snowballs to hamburger bugs.
Yeah, that's not our everyday.
Yeah, but so it's kind of difficult to organize because I also want to enjoy being here,
Right.
but then they call you and it's like, I really need to talk to them because I haven't talked with them in a long time, but I'm having fun and this is not going to repeat. So, just
Yeah.
I guess it's important to establish like
Right.
when to do what.
Well, it
Yeah.
sounds like the effort is definitely there. So, and even though you might be doing something fun, who's to say you can't call later, or if you didn't make a call every single day, but it sounds like however you're doing, it's working out for you.
Yeah. Who would you say is your biggest support?
My dad.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad, because he has nothing to do with music. So, I mean, first of all, he was pretty cool when I told him I wanted to study and play music. At the beginning, the first time that there was any statement of me playing music
Yeah.
was when I had this Ukrainian piano teacher, and she told my dad that I was gonna grow up to be a piano player. And he's like, no, he's gonna work at the bank with me.
Yeah.
But then he noticed that it was getting more serious.
He had to warm up to you.
Yeah, but what I like about him is that he knew when the right time to do something was.
Mhm.
Like I was always like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to release my music now, and he was like, okay, wait, gather your thoughts, think twice, and we'll talk. And I mean, I'm really grateful for that, because if not, I think I will have like released songs that right now I wouldn't be that happy, you know,
Yeah.
or done other things that I really wouldn't be too proud. And the other thing is that he works at a bank and he has nothing to do with music, so during his free time he reads music business books and things that have to do with music, so we can understand and we can be on the same page when it comes to
Wow.
any legal terms, or if somebody asks me to sign something,
Yeah.
go with him to tell him.
Yeah.
And with the music video and with the release of the single and
Yeah.
the everything, all the process,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it with him, because he's the one who he even took this I think it was like a 3-month lessons for music business in this music academy in Mexico. So there's a
Wow.
lot of these things that he shouldn't be doing necessarily, but he's still doing them because he wants to protect me
Yeah.
and to
Mhm.
understand and to show support.
Wow.
So I really don't have words to say how much that means to me, you know.
Yeah, no, like that definitely does seem like a support, because not everyone gets the support of a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I wish we lived in a world that everyone's parents was the number one supporter.
Mm-hmm.
But given in hearing about the fact that this man who, you know, is all banking just decides to pick up and, you know, decide to learn about something that you really love is
Mhm.
amazing. And it's one of those things where, for the listeners out there, if you do have parents like that, you know, hold fast to your parents and really
I mean, it's
to those
like
advices.
the piano thing,
Yeah.
as well. I really didn't like it at the beginning, and look right now,
Yeah.
it's like starting to help.
Yeah.
So, I guess everything is for. They know what they are doing.
So your dad was forcing you to do that piano for a reason.
Yes.
It's almost like he indirectly knew, right?
Yes. I mean, I
an
really don't.
extent.
I really don't know. I'm just really happy that he's helping me and that I'm here right now.
Yeah, no.
So I don't expect you to answer this next question if you don't feel comfortable, but is there anyone in your family or anyone at all that you feel like is least supportive, like doesn't want you to pursue this career?
I guess not that they don't want to, but just they don't care.
Okay.
Which will
Yeah.
be the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know they support me, but they
But it's
also
just
have
one
their
of those
lives,
things,
so
yeah.
they're doing their things.
Well, I just wasn't wondering if there was
Yeah.
like a specific person that always disagrees with the idea.
I guess no, not really.
No, that's
No.
good actually. That's really good.
It's good. I mean, yeah. There's no one that says you shouldn't be doing
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Has
That I
there-
know. I
has-
don't know if somebody said
Has
something. but
there
I
been
know.
anyone?
Hasn't said anything to you at least.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that have told they're not part of my family.
Yeah,
but
tell
they
us,
are,
tell us. Yeah.
But they are friends of my dad, for example,
Okay.
who also had children who wanted to play music. And
Yeah.
they were like, no, I told my son that he needed to go first to have a degree on this, and then he could play music. And I don't know what you're doing with your son, but I don't know how you can think that he can just go and study music like that. So those are the type of things that he...
Yeah.
Now you're studying music here at
Mhm.
school, correct?
Mhm.
Is there anything else you're studying, or is it music?
No, it's just... Well, I have a minor in music business,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I mean, everything's
But
related
still has to do with
everything's
music.
related to music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Business, a lot of times what I realize is like it's almost like a whim, common knowledge, right? You
Yeah.
sign things you're not supposed to sign. You read every little thing that you have, but it's almost like when it comes to starting things off, right? You want people to know about you. It's a whole thing
Well,
that
I
where
mean,
it's like
it-
common knowledge.
he can be an artist and being really good, but if you're going to do that, you have to understand the business side.
One thing
because
that I
what if
can-
you get screwed over with a contract
Yeah.
or something like that? You have to know both sides.
Yes, one thing I could definitely say about working, that at least what I've seen with working with you, is that, and hearing from other people who've managed artists or are managing artists, that a lot of times the musician just wants to show up and play the gig. But what I can say is Adam has volunteered to be with us with a lot of the planning and figuring out of what we want to do. Like, for instance, we had this larger set project of where we're figuring out a plan for him, like a management plan of what we're going to do for him. Adam's like, well, let me show up. One of our first assignments, well, how can I help? Where can I... And being, I guess, into that is very important.
I see that as being dedicated, because not only do you want to be good on stage, but you want to understand the whole process. If I would find it hard to work with you if all you wanted to do was be on the stage, but knowing that you want to work with your managers and actually help with the whole entire process on top of performing, I feel like that makes it a lot easier for everyone as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I want also to share what I want, my vision and the vision.
Right.
And, the marketing, how I want to be perceived by the people. And I think this is something that, as an artist and as a manager, has to be very transparent, which I think we've been doing a good job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why it's very important, and I really like to be working with these people.
Yeah.
Well, this with Justin and Denise, because I guess we really understand what is that we are trying to aim for, so we understand what we want to achieve.
Yeah.
Just finding how to do it, but what we want, it's there.
That is very insightful.
It seemed more of a friendship than it did business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the environment all sounded like super professional and everything, but at the same time, it seemed like super friendly.
Yeah, I mean, we
it
also
was just
have
a
to
lot of
be
fun.
friends.
Yeah. I think an important thing for, at least on a manager's perspective, it's very important for me. And one thing that I even told Adam is that I could not manage you if I wasn't friends with you. And if I didn't...
If you don't get along and you're always fighting each other, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But if you're getting along and you guys have the same viewpoints, which it seems like you kind of do, then why wouldn't you work together?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to really... if you, again, advice for others, if you're going to manage someone, make sure that you're friends or at least you agree on some sort of things, because if you're just jumping into it, it's not gonna work, unfortunately. That's just how it rolls. I mean, Adam, would you have any advices to artists out there of maybe how to go about either promoting themselves or what they should do in moments where people tell them they're not going to make it?
Just ignore them. I mean, it's really what you have to... I think this is a good advice, but I have this 2 papers they're taped together, and it's called The Road to Success. And it's really just a drawing that I did when I was 16 or 17, and it's just I established all my goals with this like little hills. So it like first one was finishing high school, because I was really struggling with my grades and everything, because I just wanted to play music. So I said, okay, first finish high school, then get admitted to university, and then start playing and like build a local band, a fan base, and then this, and ultimately the goal. So I did this, and I started, like shading every time that I'm progressing, which is gonna take like my whole lifetime to complete, right?
Yeah.
But I started writing a lot of in the drawings represented with clouds, but it says, okay, so think positive, don't give up, don't listen to what other people have to say, remember where you come from, and all these things that when I look at it, it's like, okay, I'm doing this for a reason, so there's really no reason I should be feeling like I should give up.
Yeah.
So
that sounds good. I don't mean to be negative. I just always am like this, but you kind of drew your roadmap. Is there anything on there that you didn't accomplish?
Well, right now I've accomplished everything, but
Okay.
because it has been the easiest, I think.
Right.
Like just
Yeah.
graduating, getting admitted to university.
Gotcha.
But now I remember telling my sister, this is gonna be the worst part. I mean, it's not gonna be the worst part. It's gonna be the hardest one because
Yeah.
it's like building a fan base and then record label and then this. I mean, this
Yeah.
is like we're talking about years. So
Yeah.
I mean,
No, you definitely have a lot in front of you. That's for
Yeah.
sure. You have a lot to come
but I
to.
think that is a good way to keep track of what you want and always this is what I'm trying to aim for. Like, don't start thinking about other things if you don't want them.
Yeah.
And with all those comments that really try to motivate me, like there's always another way, and you think positive and blah blah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a good way to
I
Maybe
agree
inspire
because
yourself.
one, it gives you a visual outlook, so
Yeah.
you can keep yourself on path.
Mhm.
I like that part of it.
It's-
I like the fact that you have the roadmap because it gives you the visual, so you can keep yourself on track. It has all your goals, and finishing high school, getting into a university, studying music. I'm sure was
Mhm.
a big part of that.
yeah.
And then what was next? Building your
Building the
fan base.
base.
Okay, and that I feel like is going to be one of your biggest steps.
Yeah.
Clearly, you want to graduate your studying for music. At what university is it? I forgot which one you guys go to.
Columbia
Yeah.
College, Chicago.
Columbia College. Okay, so I mean, I don't see why you would fail at Columbia College.
Yeah, I
'cause
don't see why. I
Oh,
would
no,
fail.
you're pretty talented. I feel like you'll excel well.
Mhm.
But I feel like your fan base and really, because right now you're technically getting the ball rolling. You've done a good amount, but it's gonna start getting harder and harder, and because you're gonna get bigger and bigger.
Mhm.
So that since you have this roadmap to follow, I think that's gonna help you out a lot because you'll have less of a chance of veering off in the wrong direction because you already know what direction you want to go for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said, what's one thing you want someone to know about you that one thing you want people to know about you that most people don't? Like, what's
Anything?
yeah,
Or
anything.
musically
Like,
related?
what's one thing just in general, you as an artist, you as a person, that you want people to know about you that many people either don't or I don't know.
I guess. Well, I have two.
Yeah,
One is musical, and the other has nothing to do.
that's it. That's
So
That's
I
okay.
guess because we really didn't emphasize on this during this conversation, but
Yeah.
that I write a song every week,
Yeah,
which I think it's a pretty cool thing. I mean,
It's
That I
always
will-
promising something new.
yeah, that I would like to share, and I don't think people really know. But it's pretty. I really like it because you get to like those songs that I write every week. I don't show them to anyone unless I really send them to you.
yeah,
So I really don't have anything to lose. Those songs are just for me, so I can do whatever I want, and
Yeah.
and that will be for me only. So I can experiment as much as I want. I can try to break the structure that I've been doing the last week, and you can look back once in a while and see your progress and how you have evolved as a musician. It's a pretty cool thing. Every time that I don't write a song every week, I feel very unproductive. So it's very serious for me to write a song every week. So every Sunday I have to have a song, and when I mean a song, it's not only like the chords and like a small recording. It's actually having.
So you try to get the finished product.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say finished because I know that song at some point I might go back in a while and say, okay, this one it's good to be published. So I'm gonna concentrate on this one. I'm gonna see how
Okay.
can I improve it.
Well,
But-
I guess finished would
Well,
be
yeah,
too
it's
much
like
because
like a-
you only have a week.
Yeah, I
You
guess
need
it's-
more time
yeah,
than that.
I mean, it's the structure and intention and the
Uh-huh.
idea is there.
Okay.
It's just okay. How can we make this better? That will be the
Gotcha.
thing. But the idea and the structure and everything is there.
Okay.
So, and that thing that's pretty pretty important. And as a musician, songwriter, we really recommend to do that, to try to commit to write a song.
And that always allows you to move forward and stay focused.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people ask me how can I do it if I also have homework and also have classes. But the key is to be very creative, because when I go to some of my foundations of theory classes,
Yes.
what I like to do is actually be working in like song lyrics during the class. And when I listen that the teacher is doing some sort of cool progression, I'm like, that's it. I'm going to use it. So I like record it with my phone without everyone knowing.
Yeah.
And I go back to my room and I say, okay, how can I make this mine? So I already have
Yeah.
the idea there.
Yeah, you just get like
Which
the
by the way,
skeleton
which
of
by the
it.
way, chord progressions are not copyrightable. So
Yeah.
don't get me. I'm not. I like to say I'm stealing the chords, but I'm not stealing the chords.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I guess that's a good way to apply what you are learning and what you're seeing in class
Yeah.
to what you're doing. Which a lot of people say, oh, how can this why everything that I'm seeing in class is like nothing, and I cannot apply it to my projects and things like that. Which I feel like most of the people say those things.
Yes.
But I think the key is to be creative, and I feel like the teachers are literally just giving you the ideas and the answers.
Yeah.
Like, here, do
And
this
some
your
people
own.
just
Some of
aren't.
the homeworks that I have is making like a 16-bar song.
Yeah.
That will be like a 30-second long idea. And so the 2 assignments that I had, those 2 turn out to be songs right now.
That's cool.
So that's
So what's the other thing that you were saying that you wanted people to know as well about you?
I like to destroy people in table tennis.
Table tennis, also known as ping pong.
Table tennis, please. Because it's professional.
Oh, okay. My bad. Table tennis.
Well, no, I don't claim. I like to
It's
say
almost
this.
like birdie
I
in
like
badminton.
I like to say I destroy, but just after 1 second after I say that, I always say it's a joke because I know I'm not the best. It's just a hobby.
Yeah.
But I do like to. I have my own paddle.
Yes.
And I do like to learn new servings. And, serves, and it's cool.
Servings. I was like,
Okay.
so dinner servings, right?
Yeah, I like to dinner servings. The dinner is served, and I just chop the ball, and I win 11-0.
So, what do you have? What are you here to promote today? Tell the viewers what you're here to promote.
I'm here to promote my upcoming single titled "Every Day." That's gonna be released on December 20th. Everywhere.
Do we have a tease?
Yeah, I believe we'll have a 30-second, 20-second teaser.
Yeah, and it's gonna be on my social media too, and all
Yes.
those. And
Do we have that here to for me to hear today?
Yeah, I think we do.
That would be awesome.
I'll have to check into that. But we will be playing it at the end of the podcast, so it would be about 30.
I'm looking forward
either
to that.
30 to 20 seconds we'll be playing of that.
And it's coming with a music video as well.
Yes.
So
Now, from what I understand, this is your first legit music video?
yes, because like all the music that I've released before, it's homemade.
Okay.
And
I mean, it
now
might
it's-
sound good, but I know that it can be better. And so this time I went to an actual studio to record it with
amazing
with some producers that were very critical as to how can I improve the song.
Awesome.
Because I guess like some people when you go to record like, oh, let's record your song, just tell me how it goes and we record it. But these producers, what I liked about them was like, okay, so this song is cool, we'll give you suggestions how to improve it, how to make it better. It's up to you if you want to or not. But at the end, the song pretty much ended up being a little bit different from the original version, and I really like it a lot. So it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Well,
So,
you guys heard it here. Please give a shout out and check him out on his Instagram. Please, if you could tell him.
It's Adam Stone.
Yeah, we'll have his link tree in the description below, as well as we've had it actually in every video that he sponsors, and he's going to continue on sponsoring us.
All time.
And so you guys please keep your eyes out for that. And his video, again, give us the date one last time.
December 20th.
All right, and we are coming to a close, actually, for the this episode. I would ask you to please come back. You're welcome anytime.
I will ask
show.
you to please invite me back.
We should, maybe in the next month or so, or whenever he comes back, we will we'll figure something out and get him back on the episode.
That would be very cool.
Thank you for coming all this way. Again, it took us some time to get him out here.
It was quite a day.
In figuring out scheduling, we still didn't have the full members.
Well, first we chased him to the inner city and then chased him all the way out to Indiana.
Yeah, and unfortunately we didn't have the full members out today. We're just missing down by one. Which Junior could be here. Hopefully he's here for the next time you come in. And it'll be a little bit more laid back, a little less questions, or maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, by that time, you'll have so many people that will like.
We'll
to
have
know
you
about
broken in by then.
Yes, right. Thank you for listening to our podcast, everyone. I want to also thank you for 105 views on or plays on our last episode. This will be releasing. Oh, actually, I got one more question for you. What is one thing you're thankful for? Because it's close to when we're recording this Thanksgiving season. So let us know. What's one thing you're thankful for, or a few things?
Well, first of all, I'm very thankful for having the opportunity to be here. Not only as in here at this wonderful studio, but I mean, if it wasn't for my family, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for all the support as well, and that's pretty much. I mean, I'm a person very close to his family, as you can tell. So
yeah,
that's what I have to say. Thanks for.
What about you, Tyler? Let's throw a thanks for the Thanksgiving coming out.
I would definitely say that I am thankful for finally having my own family.
Yeah,
it's been great. Chloe is a new experience every day, being about not even 2 years yet, but she's breaking into her terrible twos. So it's getting to be interesting, but I'm loving every second of it.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I would say that I'm just thankful for the sacrifices and opportunity that my parents have given me as well to go and attend Columbia College Chicago, as well as the friends that I have been blessed with to have in my life. I mean, Tyler has been a friend of years and years, pretty much family by this point, as
grade.
well as Junior. Yeah, since 4th grade. And our new buddy here, Adam Stone.
I mean, I'm very grateful you stood up on the day of the audition.
I'm very thankful. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm thankful you were willing to work with me, and
I'm thankful
that you're
you were
here.
willing to work with me.
But again, guys, and I'm thankful for the lovely listeners out there.
Same.
Again, this is recorded fairly close to Thanksgiving, so I felt like we should have done something for that. And please follow us on our social media. Please subscribe to us on our SoundCloud as well as Instagram. That is @theamateurhour_. All of our links are in a link tree as well in the description, so please give that a look.
And don't forget, it's the Ghost. And enjoy his little sneak peek before we let you guys go here.
Exactly. So, exiting out, I introduce to you your favorite ghost, Adam Stone.
People try to bring me down, saying things that burn a man like me. But don't you know I'm already on the ground for all the things that break a man like me. These people keep pulling me down, and I don't know how to turn things around, cause my mind is too weak to think positive and fight every single worm that is surrounding me. I don't know why I was chosen to live like this every day, every day, every day.